Mr. Jared Casey. In February of 2000, Jared D. Casey Jr. launched the next phase of his professional career with the purchase of Faison Office Products, a small minority business with a proven track record and even greater potential. Under Jared Casey's astute leadership role as president and CEO of Faison Office Products, Inc., this small certified MBE corporation has grown to be a parent company of Piedmont Office Suppliers in Greensboro, North Carolina, Southwest Business Machines in Dickinson, North Dakota, I believe that is, and Gavinese, am I pronouncing that right? Total Office Support in Williston, North Dakota. Is that correct, Jared?
That's correct.
Okay. Faison has furthered their reach for opportunities through becoming a member of the NMSDC Corporate Plus program. Faison Office Products, Inc. is a single source solution for office products, furniture, computer supplies, peripherals, IT infrastructure, copier equipment, service, janitorial products, and many specialty items to be a prestigious list of customers nationally and internationally. Jared Casey's goals for Faison Office Products, Inc. is to expand their global presence through growth and acquisition. One more note, Faison Office Products has been a top North American supplier of business office products and services since 1981. And certainly Jared understands the importance of integrity and efficiency. Jared is on the board of the council. We welcome this morning Jared Casey, President and CEO of Faison Office Products. Jared?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I always feel like after I hear Belinda do her presentation for me, that I'm at least 10 inches taller after hearing what she says, and appreciate what all she does, as well as the council, and giving us the time today to be able to speak to all of you. So good morning and good afternoon. As we said, I'm Faison Office Products. I'm the president and CEO. And this is normally a presentation that my sales team would do through some guidance. And so I'm going to try to work my way through it. I typically not a big person of slide presentations. I like to talk a little bit more direct as the audience allowed, but through the edging and prompting from the council, they wanted to have some slides. So here we go. And we're going to go ahead and try to do this in a corporate manner. We actually have several groups within our organization at Faison Office Products that cater to large corporations, medium-sized operations, and small. And this presentation is a little bit more suited for the corporation side. So that's what we're trying to address, since we have corporations primarily here today. Our snapshot view of Faison Office Products, we've been around since 1981. I took over the company in 2000. As you already know, we are certified by the councils, and we're also a Corporate Plus member for been some time now. We are veteran and Black owned. I'm a gung-ho Air Force guy. And we've been around during the COVID-19, we were essential operations and continue to operate through that whole process. I think Gary was talking about some of the masks and things like that. We were doing those things as well for our customers across the country. Our primary products, as Belinda talked about, we are in office supplies, we're in furniture, and we're in copiers and computers as well. Next slide, please. So our value proposition of Faison Office Products is pretty straightforward to what we do. We are a North America supplier, so we are supplying across the country in the U.S., both in Canada. We were in Mexico, but we've pulled out of that over the last couple of years, and rethinking how we can operate in that region more efficiently, safely as well. And so we'll probably be back in that area, but again, Canada, and of course, some of the other areas that is sometimes are hard to reach to, Alaska and Hawaii, but we service those, Puerto Rico as well. And we've been doing those for quite a few years. As we talked about at the beginning already, we have several sister companies underneath us that we operate. They're specific in different areas. Our group in Greensboro, who caters for high-end furniture for, in this case, higher education, the colleges there. They've been around for over 60 years doing their business in that area. And then, of course, out in North Dakota, which we're trying to cater to the oil fields, Southwest Business Machines, as we call them, SBM. They are catering to not only the copier side, but the office supply side, but they also have a retail store. It's amazing how many of the oil field people will come in to the store and buy up all your product, and a need to get their things going and moving pretty quickly. We've been around and servicing large companies for a very, very long period of time, and we will continue to again have our 3 different groups of large scale, which is typically $1 million in spend or larger, in our mid-size, which is anywhere from about 100K to about $1 million, in our small, which is primarily both in this market as well as in the North Dakota market, where we're doing anywhere from about $100 to $100,000. Next slide, please. Our basic services, again, are office products. So everything that you can find in office products, we serve. Doesn't matter what it is. We're using all the same suppliers that all the big guys are using today. Technology-wise, we partner with all the guys, Dell, HP, you go on. We are utilizing their services both in the computer technology side, but also most lately into the cyber protection side, because that seems to be a big drive in our large corporations and having protections and how they connect with their companies that they do services with. Furniture, again, we do a lot of furniture. It's one of our areas that has just taken off over the last couple of years. And again, Jansan supplies, which was a big hit during the pandemic area as far as trying to get sanitizers and those type of products out as we were still operating during that period of time. Next slide, please. Some of the areas that we serve, and this is definitely not inclusive to anything, but these are some of the areas that we seem to spend a lot of time with: government side, food and beverage, energy, healthcare, banking, higher ed, and so forth. We do cover other areas, but we were taking a sample every year who makes up our largest segment of our customer base, and it kind of fall into this categories that we're seeing here. But we have worked in all sorts of categories across the board, and we continue to learn from our customers as we get a chance to operate them and use their best practices and share those where we can for other customer bases. And as I said earlier, we do service United States, Canada, Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is always a challenge to service well. We've been doing it now for well over 18 years. So I think we're trying to get it down, but we still learn every time that something new comes up or there's a storm in the area, and we still have to try to make sure that we're servicing, providing the products on a daily basis. Next slide, please. This is a sample of some of our large customers. Again, this was catered to our large scale customers. The majority of these customers that you see on here, not only are they a customer of ours, but they've been customers for us for over a decade or plus. We have been able to maintain these customers in some service or some support for office products or furniture, or copiers, for decades and back. And so we really want to make sure that when we get a customer on board, that we do everything that we possibly can to exceed their expectations of what we do as an organization. And these are just some of the sizes and types of customers that we serve today, and have been serving for quite a few years. Next slide, please. Just a little bit quick of our awards. Not an example of all of them, but some of the awards that we have done. We were noticing the other day that we didn't get any awards in 2020. We were going, why didn't we get awards in 2020? And of course, we clicked on, and we all remember what happened in 2020. But we're very proud of our awards, especially from our customers and organizations that we partner with. We like to display them as much as we can. We were looking at 3 slides here to try to show all of our awards. But what it does for us is recognize that we are hitting the mark of providing services and supplies to our customers. And as they change and adapt to acquisitions, or they change in what they're doing in their services on their company, we feel we can't trail behind them. We have to be side by side with them to make sure that we move when they move. And that's a good reason for not only these awards that we've been fortunate enough to have, but also being able to keep these customers for as long as we've had them on board. I think some of these customers go back into actually late 1990s that we were supporting them and still been supporting them today. And again, our certifications that we have, of course, the Corporate Plus one, and of course, the Mountain Plains, we're very proud of that. I have to be proud of the Mountain Plains as being a board member as well. But I've been on this group for over almost 20 years. And so we definitely are putting our time and plan to continue to put our time here because we think it's a great place to be, great organization to be part of, and we're just seeing it growing, and we want to be part of those things that are expanding and doing well. Next slide, please. Our value. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of all the things that are on this slide, but just some of the key things that I think it's important for the group that we have today and what we do. And service is a big part of it. Our products you can get pretty much everywhere, but how you get them, how they're priced, are they getting to you on time, are they getting to you properly? It's important that we make sure that our value propositions that we provide also provide you the services levels that are up and exceeding where you are. So if you tell us you want to be at 100, we shoot for 110%. It's kind of one of our objectives. The other objective is that in the opening, Linda talked about my background being in procurement, and I was a chief purchasing officer for a large bank for many, many years. And one of the things I used to tell my suppliers is that if you make us look good in front of our organization, you're succeeding where you need to be a supplier. And that's our background of our goal is in our organization. Those who pick us, our objective is to make sure you look good in your organization because we need to hit your goals and exceed them. And I'm very happy to say we're doing it every day, in and out, all the time. Some of our strategic alliances that we have, Office Depot, Amazon, and MSC, which is a large MRO provider, just to add to the product lines that we offer to our customers. I'm happy to say that Office Depot is one of their largest and strongest tier 1 provider and office supplies with them. As well as we're in the top 10 for Amazon. We've been working with them for quite a few years now. And so we're happy to say that because to get into those guys' best in practices and what they do, we have to have our act together, our procedures are in place, again, our cybersecurity in place to be able to manage and run at the level these guys are asking us to run at. So we hope that shows that our level of operation can operate to the Fortune 100, Fortune 500s, the large organizations that are out there in the companies today. We also have dedicated support, like a lot of organizations do, but we dedicate to our customer service specifically for our customers so that when they're calling into us, they're dealing usually with the same team of people that know their business well, understand how they operate, know their contracts, know how our compliances are with them, as well as where their orders are at. We have advanced catalogs. We use all third-party as well, as it says on the screen here, Reba, Oracle, for those who are using those systems. We can connect to all of those things in a cybersecurity secured way. I guess the last thing is on this screen is that we've been around a long time, since 1981. I wasn't with the company in 1981, let you know that. But the company's been around for quite a long time. And what's interesting about that, it was started by another MBE at the time, and his name was Faison. His last name was there. So technically, this is a second generation organization, minority company, as I took over in 2000. And I'm very excited to see it continue to go forward as he retired. We were able to continue to grow it and expand upon what he started in 1981. Next slide, please. We're also big in corporate responsibility in different ways, both on the sustainability side, but also in what we do socially into the areas with our customers. Our customers drive us to be more engaged in how we can add recycle capabilities, sustainability capabilities in our products, as well as what we do with moving and providing new shipping products, containers, things like that can be recycled. There's quite a bit of packaging that comes in shipping product to a customer every day. And so we have several ways here that we've listed that allows us to try to reduce their carbon footprint and what they do, as well as provide something that's giving back. We also are heavily involved, our teams are involved, the company's involved in all the areas that we reside in, into the social events that are going on, both for our customers as well as us ourselves. We're big food bank supporters across the country. Wherever we have our organization, we're big food bank donators, as well as we participate in their events. But we also participate hugely in our customer events, and they have all sorts of different things that they're part of across the U.S. And so that's what we do. We try to stay involved in the areas that our customers are at and the things that is important to them as well. On this slide, we're very impressed, or I shouldn't say impressed, we are very excited about a program we started years ago, which we call the MBE 3-in-1 program. Now, as a Corporate Plus member, one of the things we used to do is try to mentor other MBEs and how do they promote themselves and how do they grow. So we created the MBE 3-in-1 program, which basically says for us, we look at 3 MBEs throughout the year, and our objective is to take one of those MBEs and then move them and put them in front of our suppliers or even some of our customers. So they have an opportunity to work with either a large company or a large supplier that may have difficulty getting in front of. We help prepare them for that. We help them get in front of them. We help them through that meeting and hopefully the next stage of winning an opportunity contract or just business in general. So we've been doing this for now 15 years. We actually learned this from a company called Hewlett-Packard years ago. So I can't say that we created the whole program. We kind of stole it and modified a little bit, but we are still doing today. And it's something that we're very proud of. And every year we have a graduate who usually gets some business with somebody that we're working with, again, as a company or as a customer or as a supplier to us. Next slide, please. And with that, with the respect of your time, I did this very, very quickly to give you a quick snapshot view of what we do. We are, again, a off-supply product company, but we're much more than that. We have capabilities of doing anything we can here in the U.S. as well as global with some of our partnerships. And we hope to have an opportunity to show you how well we can do our business with you. And again, be the top-notch working with you in your areas of needs. So that, I thank you for your time. And if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. All right, Belinda, I think I'll give it back to you. Again, appreciate your time, everyone. Thank you for the your attendance and look forward to hearing more.
Thank you so very much, Jared. Appreciate